Seja bem-vindo. Sejam bem-vindos à Lesson 47. Eu vou colocar lá embaixo, se eu lembrar, o áudio da lição de hoje. E lembrando que eu vou procurar falar o máximo inglês possível. So, we heard in the audio, have a nice trip. Have a nice trip. Junior, what does have a nice trip mean? Tenha uma boa viagem. Yep. Suponha, Ingrid, que você está falando com uma conhecida. Pergunte ela quando começam as férias dela. When your vacation starts. What kind of verb is start? Start is our main verb. Now, what kind of verb? Is it weak or is it strong? Why? How do we know that it's weak?
Weak.
Huh? Yes, but how do we know? Como sabemos que é weak? Como você sabe que precisa de auxiliar? Porque não é verbo forte. Então, o que é verbo forte? Então, você identifica, você faz um círculo para identificar quais são os verbos fortes. Como é que nós definimos? Hã? Verbo forte, o que é?
Não precisa de outro verbo.
Sim, não precisa de outro verbo. Como nós definimos se é verbo forte ou não?
Os verbos auxiliares.
Verbos auxiliares. E... No, you didn't. So, if it's a verb to be or an auxiliary verb, it's a strong verb. So, that's how we know. We know start is a weak verb because it's not the verb to be and it's not an auxiliary verb. Okay? So, if it's a weak verb, where is your auxiliary verb? Is when your auxiliary verb? Your auxiliary verb? Vacation, start, where's your auxiliary verb? Where is your auxiliary verb?
When does your vacation start?
I agree. When does your vacation start, right? So anytime we have start, we have want, we have 90% of verbs are weak. 90% of verbs, more than 90%, are weak. So the great majority of verbs are weak, and we're going to need an auxiliary verb. When does your vacation start? Who can tell me the difference between start and begin? Joe?
Begins more formal.
Begins more formal. No. Who told you that? No, it doesn't count. Yes. Yes, begins more formal, start is less formal. Eu já fui de férias.
I already gone on vacation.
Okay. So is this sentence simple past or is it present perfect?
Present perfect.
Okay, so what do we need for present perfect? There are two things we need for present perfect. Past participle, very good. Past part. What else? That you remember the what? Have or has. Where's your have or has? Você seguiu o exemplo dela. Não colocou. So have or has, right? So, if you have this sentence, you would have to say, I already went went and leave it in the simple past. But if you're going to do this, how would it be? I
already have gone on vacation.
I have already, so, gone on vacation. One thing that's important, this is the most correct. This is the most correct, but many people say, I already have gone on vacation, but this is the way they should say it, because you should be able to say, I've already, and not I already, it doesn't work, right? I've already. So these, true or false, these are both grammatically correct. I said true or false, not yes or no.
True.
No, just kidding. Okay, so they're both grammatically correct. What's the difference?
It's because in the simple past already happened. And the present perfect, it happened, but it's affected present.
Very good. So in the simple past, it already happened. There is no more chance to go on vacation probably this year, right? Until the next period. Present perfect affects now. How? If I say I have already gone on vacation, there's a chance that I'm going to go, bless you. There's a chance I'm going to go on vacation again. There's a chance I'm going to go on vacation again. You with me? Are you lying? Tá mentindo? Realmente? Okay. And you? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so simple past, always. No connection with now. Present perfect, there is some connection with now. Or something that recently ended. For example, I have eaten, right? Or I have already eaten. I've already eaten. If you think about this, claro, todo mundo já comeu, right? Ainda está vivo, então não comeu. But the British use the present perfect for things that have recently happened. If you say, I have already eaten, then you're saying, I have recently eaten. So the British use present perfect also for something that has recently happened. We don't use it as much. We use more, I have just eaten, or I just ate. We use more, I just ate, to say something that recently happened. So remember that just, that's only, or acabar de fazer alguma coisa. Right? Acabei de comer, literalmente. I just ate. Aonde você foi? Não, agora que você saiu, eu quero saber onde você foi. Não, tô brincando. Okay, so what did you say? Where? Eu estava focado na brincadeira e esqueci.
Where you went.
Where you went.
Não. Entendi já. É porque eu coloquei are, só que went em casa.
Where are you went?
Eu tinha falado isso, só que eu acho que não.
Okay, so which one do you want? Where are you went or where you went?
Where you went.
Okay, it's still wrong. It's still wrong. But it's less wrong. É menos. Yeah. Okay, where you went. What?
Where do you went?
Where do you went? There you don't go. It's still wrong. Where do you went? Okay, the thing that is extremely important to remember in the past, when we have a question, when we have a negative sentence, we change, don't ruin my surprise. We change the auxiliary verb and not the main verb. We leave the main verb alone and we change the auxiliary verb. What's the auxiliary verb? Which verb is the auxiliary verb? No, which one is do, right? Do. Say do. Good, yes. Do is the auxiliary verb. So we change the auxiliary verb to... Tá em agonia aqui, não podia deixar. Did, yes, very good. So now it's where did you went, right?
Não.
Para, ela que tá fazendo. Tá
Eu
estragando.
coloquei, porque você falou que, tipo, ou é, tipo assim, se for did, não está no passado do outro. Tipo assim, did
Right.
use, não did
Right.
use it.
Mas não tem escolha. Não pode ou deixar um no passado do outro. Tem que ser did. Não pode escolher se vai ser do, went ou did go. Right? So tem que ser. Não tem escolha. Não pode, hoje eu vou usar did go e amanhã eu vou usar do, went. Não tem escolha. Okay? Always, always, always. If there is an auxiliary verb, you have to put the auxiliary verb in the past and not the main verb. When do we put the main verb in the past? Lara, que quer falar tanto? When do we put the main verb in the past? A question? When it's not a question, so I can say, I don't went yesterday. You boss? No, that's not a question. A negative? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so if it's a negative sentence or a question, we change the verb, right? Which verb?
No.
No, the auxiliary verb, if it's a question or negative. If it's an affirmation, we change the main verb. So, where did you go? I went to... Lately, I'm using Copacabana, and all of my examples are with Copacabana. I went to Copacabana. So this is stupid. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. But if it is an affirmation, we change the main verb. If it is a negative sentence, or if it is a question, we change the auxiliary verb. If there's an auxiliary verb in the past, the auxiliary verb needs to go to the past and not the main verb. If there is no auxiliary verb, the main verb has to go. Something has to represent the past. One of the verbs must represent the past. If there's an auxiliary verb, it's the auxiliary verb. If there isn't, then the main verb, because something has to represent the past. Yeah?
How do you pronounce house?
Yeah, so it's spelled auxiliary, but we say auxiliary. I just put it all together, auxiliary. Auxiliary. It should be, I'm sure the British probably say auxiliary. But we say auxiliary. Ok. Aonde você foi? Where did you go? Very nice. Eu fui para Nova York em fevereiro.
I went to New York in
York. Now work. York.
I went to New York in February.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay, so there is. It sucks. É uma droga. Saco. So now I know how to think about sucks. February. So the correct way to pronounce it is used by about 5 to 10% of people, English nerds. English nerds say February. Everybody else says February. 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 Okay? So you can choose. You can say February like the English nerds, or you can say February like my dad. He's not an English nerd. Okay? O tempo estava bom? Question. O tempo estava bom? How would you make an affirmation? O tempo estava bom. First, how do you say tempo? Not tempo, but tempo. Weather, okay? So how would you say? O tempo estava bom.
The weather is good.
Estava?
Best. Was good.
The weather. Good. Was good. Okay, now ask me. Here, our subject is the weather. Our verb is was, so we'll invert them. Basically, we're just going to put was in front of the weather. Switch was and the weather. Was the weather good? Como está o tempo? How is weather? Yeah. How's the weather? Good. Any other way? There's another way to ask. There's another way to ask. ¿Cómo está o tempo? It's a little more difficult, do you know?
What's the weather?
Of course you know. Okay, so this like is where like is não é gostar, but the nearest translation is como. And it's one of those things in a live stream when someone says, me explica como like é como. Aí eu penso, what? Nunca. Essa coisa é doida. What's the weather like? So you can use this with people. For example, someone says, August, I want you to date my aunt. Right? August, I want you to date my aunt. And August says, well, August would say no probably, but August says, what's she like? What's she like? Because if you say, how is she? What does how is she mean? Como ela está? How is she? So he would say, what's she like? What's she like? Como ela é? What's she like? What's he like? What's she like? Okay. Which is different if we look at the difference between what's she like and what's the difference? What's she like and what does she like? O que ela gosta. Good. Yeah. What would be more used for what is, como é, ela como, não faz o que é ela como. Right? Doesn't make sense. But it comes from what is. And here, what does. So this is como ela é, and this is o que ela gosta. Doido, né?
She look like